The following is an exclusive presentation of Jessup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
Yes, it is. It's now time for the world famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country, 105.5 on your FM dial. And Bob, how you doing this morning?
I'm good.
You doing good? Your Steelers lost yesterday, Bob.
Doesn't matter. They didn't care. They didn't care about that game. They
didn't care.
They're going to kill the Browns Sunday night.
That's right. The Bears come to town.
We're going to kill them. Forget Big Ben.
The Browns come to town.
Tomlin did the right thing. Kept everybody home. Rested them up.
Okay, so got them all rested. Didn't worry too much about the game. Going to be hosting the Browns this coming Sunday night, you said? And there's going to be 3 games on Saturday and 3 games on Sunday for the wild card weekends, they're calling it.
Can't wait.
Lots of professional football
good
Saturday
football.
and Sunday. Okay. Well, we got somebody else coming here, but in the studio with us this morning is Dina Bennett from the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. Good morning, Dina.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
It's Monday.
It's always rough getting started back after those Christmas and New Year holidays. You got all that time off, and the students have off. It's kind of you go in for a day or two, and then you're off for a day or two, and then the students are out for all those days. But then that Monday comes after it's all over with, and then it's back to the regular routine.
It is.
Yep.
It is.
And there's something to be said for the regular routine. You get back into it, and it makes our life predictable, right?
That's right.
All right, but lots going on with the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. You had the new event this year. You couldn't have the parade this year because of COVID-19. Each year for the past couple of years, you've been doing the Scarecrows Among Us downtown, and this year you couldn't have the Christmas parade, but you came up with another idea. What was that?
We did. Our competition was called Let It Glow competition. It was a holiday light competition for businesses and residential, so we encouraged our community to decorate. Lots of folks do that every year anyway, so we decided to have a little friendly competition, give a place for our community to take their families and ride through and check out Christmas lights. I know that's a tradition for many families every year. We enjoy doing that. So just kind of compiled a list of some folks who wanted to enter and give their addresses out so folks could ride around and take a look at lights. So
and it worked out good because for the Scarecrows Among Us each year, that's been for businesses downtown.
Mm-hmm.
But the Let It Glow was not only for businesses. You had a category for that, but you also had the category for the home, for the individual, for the private citizen out there.
That's right.
And there's some folks out there that put a lot into their Christmas decorations, and it's a good way for them to be recognized and also have a chance to win a prize.
That's right. And a lot of folks travel out of town every year to go look at lights, and we knew we have people right here that, like you say, go all out every year, and it just was an opportunity for us to provide a list of locations for folks to take their families and ride through our community and take a look at the lights. So yes, we had a residential category and a business category, and this year combined we had 49 entries, so we were very pleased with that. It was free to enter. A chance to win one of 3 prizes in each of the categories. We're giving away $100 for first prize, $50 for second prize, and $25 for third prize in each of those categories.
Okay. I know the person that has the winners is on their way. I just saw a vehicle drive up.
I think I have them there.
But she went ahead and texted them to you?
She did.
Who are the winners of the first Let It Glow competition here in Jessup and Wayne County?
Okay, before we do that, I'm going to shout out to our sponsors for this year. We had several sponsors that helped make this possible. So First Horizon Bank, the Historic Strand, Hog and Bones, Leah Jones, Attorney at Law, Marshland Credit Union, Southern Ionics Minerals, Satilla REMC, and the Wayne County Industrial Development Authority. So we just, as always, can't thank our sponsors enough each year for all of our events. They help make what we do easier and support that. So I do want to thank them for stepping up and helping us put this event on this year. So, yes, we have our winners.
Our winners.
Good morning,
Let
Kara.
It Glow competition. Who are you going to do first, residential or business?
We will do our residential category first.
Okay.
So our third prize winner, who will receive $25 cash, is George and Wanda Moody. And they were out on Longford Road, 1733 Longford Road. I know folks who went out, we didn't have the names, we just had the address. So that was George and Wanda Moody. So congratulations to them. Their place was beautiful. Our second place winner will receive $50, and that was John Ponville at 242 Bacon Street. And then our first place winner for the residential category will receive $100 cash, and that goes to Dwayne Ogden at 3535 Old River Road. It was a tough competition, y'all, for both categories, but our judges really had a hard time after riding around and looking at all the beautiful lights. So congratulations to those residential winners. Again, George and Wanda Moody with third place, John Ponville with second, and Dwayne Ogden for first place. And
that's the residential. Now to the business.
Now for our business category, third place winner will get $25 again. That's Banks Real Estate. They were on, I don't remember their address. They're right there on East Cherry Street, yes. Second place will receive $50 cash, and that's Habaneros. And then our first place winner will receive $100 is Fonda Davis Salon, and that's right there on South Brunswick Street.
Oh, Fonda.
So, yes.
Decorate up good, huh?
They did. Again, third place goes to Banks Real Estate, second place to Habaneros, and first place to Fonda Davis Salon. And again, like I said, we were very pleased this year. It was our first competition. We had 49 entries, had some beautiful, beautiful places to look at, and we just want to thank again our sponsors and all of our participants this year, and encourage you to participate again next year, and if you didn't participate this year, to consider it next year. So,
and once again, the name of the competition and promotion was
Let It Glow Holiday Light Competition.
All right,
yes.
First year that the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce has done this, and it's successful, and look forward to doing it again next year. And where were the judges from?
We had one from up around the Athens area, and then we had one from Tifton and Richmond Hill.
Okay.
Yep.
So judges that came in from out of town, didn't know anyone, just came in and just judged on the merits of the decorations.
That's right. That's right. Just want to remind everybody about Eggs and Issues this Thursday as well. We've got
tell folks what Eggs and Issues is.
Our local Eggs and Issues breakfast. That is where we have our legislators. Our local representatives will come and speak to us prior to going into session to share with us things that they think and they plan to discuss during the legislative session this year. So we'll have Senator Blake Tillery, Representative Stephen Meeks, and Representative Bill Werkheiser coming and sharing with us on Thursday morning. That is going to be held at Pine Forest Country Club. We do have all of our in-person tickets are sold, but we do have virtual tickets available. So if you would like to view the program online, give us a call and get registered. We can send you over the virtual ticket. It is free for chamber members, but it's $10 charge for non-members. Again, that's Thursday, January 7th.
This Thursday.
7:30. Yes.
Yep, this Thursday.
Yes.
Starts at 7:30, you said?
That's
With
right.
the breakfast?
The breakfast will start at 7:30. The program will probably get started just before 8.
So right around 8 o'clock would be when the virtual folks
That's
will be
right.
able to pop it up there on
That's
the computer, and will they be able to communicate with y'all? Or will the questions come just from the folks that are there?
The in-person, yes.
Okay, so it'll be just a viewing
That's
on
right.
the virtual. Mm-hmm. All right, well, sounds good. The annual Eggs and Issues breakfast put on by the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. Going to be a lot going on in the Georgia's legislature this year, and it's going to be look forward to hearing from the state representatives and also from Blake Tillery, the senator.
That's right. We've got a lot going on Thursday. We've got the overpass, the 169 overpass there. Just as soon as we finish with Eggs and Issues, we'll be having a ceremony there of naming that after Billy Clanton.
And that'll be about 9:30
About
Thursday.
9:30, yeah.
The breakfast will get over about 9, and then the folks will just move right on over to the overpass there. Now, when you meet at the overpass, you're going to meet at the base on one side, or walk to the top?
Probably there at the base of it there. I'm not really sure we're going to ride out there and kind of see the best place to set up. It'll probably have to be because we'll have a podium.
Probably the base on the opposite side from town.
Right.
Yeah, because there's more
away
room
from the
there.
traffic.
Away from the highway there. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. So,
who's all going to be there at the ceremony?
So our program consists of all three of our Blake Tillery, Representative Meeks and Werkheiser will be there. They'll all three speak. Commissioner Herschel Hires, I think, has a part in the program. Mayor David Earl Keith.
Right.
And then I think some of the Clanton family will have an opportunity to share a few words.
I just didn't know if anybody from the State Road Department or anybody was going to be there from the highway, from transportation or anything.
I'm not aware if they are.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, good. How was it named? Was that done by the state legislature? Was it done locally? What did the name? I know it was presented, and who voted on it? Who decided it was going to be named after Billy Clanton?
The commissioners did it.
The commissioners, I thought so, yes.
They
All right.
had to get it approved by the state legislature.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why it took so long to get done.
All right. So Bob answered the question. The commissioners presented it to the state legislature, and they passed it up there.
Yep.
That's great. That's great. Well deserving.
Yes, absolutely. So got a lot going on. I just want to encourage everybody to follow us on Facebook.
The Chamber, Wayne County Chamber of Commerce.
WayneChamber.com. And our community calendar. There is a link to the community calendar off of our website there. Lots going on in the community.
So you'll have the chamber be active during the month of January as normal, or I know things have changed a little bit since the COVID-19 virus. I know most of your business after hours or your ribbon cutting have all been done outside with social distancing. Is that right?
That's what we're trying to do, and if the weather permits, we'll continue to do that.
You have a business after hours coming up soon at downtown business, don't you?
We do at Murphy Builder Supply. It's January 21st.
Okay, a little later in January. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
Well, sounds good.
Yep.
Chamber staying active, even though we've got some challenges. Staying active. It's good to see that the first year that you had the Let It Glow competition with residential side and the business side was very successful.
Yes.
And those folks won the money.
That's right.
And the main thing is it just, people putting all those lights up, whether it's business or residential, just lifts everybody's spirits. When you ride through a neighborhood or you ride through town and you see the lights, you see the animations, you see the decorations, it just lifts your spirits,
That's right. Absolutely.
Once again, let's go over the winners again in the Let It Glow competition, the first year that you've had it, and let's start with the residential winners once again in the Let It Glow competition the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce put on in December.
Okay, our residential winners, first place was Dwayne Ogden, second place was John Ponville, and third place was George and Wanda Moody. And then in our business category, first place was Fonda Davis Salon, second place was Habaneros, and third place was Banks Real Estate.
Okay, and so congratulations to all of them. And do you want to recognize the sponsors who made all this possible? Do you have that in front of you? Can you get to it quickly, or you already buried it down your phone?
Who knows?
But it's good to see the Wayne Chamber of Commerce staying very active here during these challenging times with lots going on, and looking forward to the Eggs and Issues breakfast this coming Thursday, and then the ceremony there at the bridge.
Yes, and I do have our sponsors again here for our Let It Glow competition. First Horizon Bank, Hoggenbones, Leah Jones, Attorney at Law, Marshland Credit Union, Satilla REMC, Southern Ionics Minerals, the Historic Strand, and Wayne County Industrial Development Authority.
Okay, all right.
So, yes, again, thank you to our sponsors and to our participants.
Okay, Bob, any comments, questions for Dina this morning? What's going on in the chamber?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Glad y'all made it in this morning, and let the listeners out there know who the winners were.
Absolutely.
Who they
Thank
are.
you for having us.
Okay, anything else?
Okay.
That's it?
That's all.
We'll look forward to having you back on soon, and Bob will have all the news from the Eggs and Issues breakfast this Thursday. We'll have that on Friday morning.
Sounds great.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
All right, Dina Bennett from the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. We'll be back with more of the world-famous Butch and Bob Show in a moment.
Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger works closely with investigators to secure your vote. The Secretary added a license requirement to online absentee ballots, and he worked with counties to strengthen signature match requirements with GBI training. Concerned citizens can go to securevotega.com to report allegations of fraud. Our law enforcement officers are standing by. Secretary Raffensperger is making sure all Georgians and only Georgians' voices are heard. Paid for by Help America Vote Act.
All right, world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio. And speaking of Raffensperger, with that announcement that just ran from his office about what they're doing to keep the elections safe, secure, and accurate, did you hear any of that conversation between President Trump and Raffensperger from that phone call?
I don't think they did that on NFL Network.
No, they did not do that.
I don't watch national news.
You didn't see that on there? Oh man, it was something else. First of all, who recorded the conversation? You'd think it'd have to be Raffensperger who recorded the conversation, and then how did that recording get into CNN hands and then to the Washington Post? You know, who released that recording, that private recording between President Trump and Raffensperger? You know, and how did it get leaked? Why did it get leaked? And how did CNN get a hold of it? And the Washington Post. It was President Trump was putting the full court press on Raffensperger, trying to get him to see if he could find X amount of thousand of votes that should have gone his way, but didn't. It's very interesting. That's going to be a very big topic of conversation for the next few days. But the election's tomorrow. Everybody's been early voting. A lot of folks have voted early. And now the election tomorrow and the runoff for the two Senate races here in the state of Georgia. All the eyes of the nation, Bob, I mean, everywhere is on the state of Georgia with these two runoffs.
They're important.
Very important. The direction of the country is in the balance. You got two incumbent Republican senators being challenged. According to the polls, it's as tight as can be. And so it'll be interesting. And as we found out in the past, Bob, in runoffs, is who can get their supporters out. You know, you never can assume that, well, my candidate's got it won easily. I don't have to worry about voting. And we all found out in the past that when that happens, sometimes there's upsets. So who can get them out?
State charge set a record for turnout. Like I said, the turnout is almost as good as the presidential election back in November. So 5,112 people in Wayne County have already voted. So that's a good turnout here locally for the early votes. So, and I think that's the way it is statewide as well. They said 3.1 million people have already voted. So that's a record. It's broke the 2008 record between Saxby Chambliss and Martin back in 2008. So it's
going to be very interesting tomorrow night. Some people are saying that we won't know by midnight tomorrow night, that it could be that close. That's how close the state of Georgia is. It's just a few thousand votes. I mean, you think about it in the presidential election, you just had a few thousand votes with 5 million votes. It was just less than 0.5% between the two candidates, between Biden and Trump. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens with this, and because it's very important to the country, which direction we're going to head. So we'll have the results for you right here on 105.5 FM tomorrow night. We'll have Georgia News Network. We'll program that in, and they'll be able to give you the results as much as they possibly can during the evening. More than likely, if we go by the turnout in the voting that took place in November, more than likely, what would you think? The Wayne County is going to go, 65-70% Republican? Usually, more than that. It'll be somewhere along in there, maybe 70-80%.
75-25.
75-25? Okay, 75-25 is usually what Wayne County goes for. But it'll be interesting to see what happened in the metro areas and the Savannahs and the Macons, and especially in the Atlanta area, where those 3-4 big counties up there where this last election was decided in November is what pushed Biden over overnight with the overnight results.
unfortunately, there's 3 big counties in Georgia pretty much decided: Gwinnett, Fulton, and DeKalb.
Yeah. And the
that's where all the votes are right now.
Well, and the thing about it is they have really organized up there in those 3 counties. They go out there months in advance to get people registered. They hold registration events at shopping centers, at community centers, and at churches and everywhere else, and get people registered. And then they go out on those 3 weeks before election and start busing the folks in, driving them in, and doing everything they can to bring in those registered voters. And if you talk to the state officials, you can see these buses coming in and the voters getting off and standing up around the line. There's 3 weeks in advance. And so that is what has made a really big difference here in the state of Georgia, is the 3 weeks in advance voting and how organized the folks in the Atlanta area have become in getting the supporters out and getting them registered and getting them bussed into the polls, whether it's either early voting or on the day of the election or getting them absentee ballots. They just are very organized and work hard to get those voters out, which has not been something that's been done in, let's say, 10 years ago. It was more haphazard. So that makes it important for folks who want to vote the other way to make sure they just show up. It's coordinating, like we said in runoffs, it's coordinating who can get their supporters out. Always is in runoffs. But we'll have the results for you tomorrow night. And then, of course, on Wednesday, not only with the Georgia News Network, but also from Fox News Radio.
Let's just hope we find out tomorrow night who won. I hate to have to wait a week.
I don't know. Yeah, it's almost 47, 49% one way or the other on both candidates. The polls got them as tight as it can be.
They're always wrong.
No, not always. Not always. Sometimes they are, but not always. But you can hear your vote count tomorrow night, and then on Wednesday, we'll see what happens here in the state of Georgia. All the eyes of the nation on us. It's just amazing. But let's get something that's a little more fun to talk about. Let's talk about. First of all, let's back up to the college games. There, Alabama did what we thought Alabama was going to do: whipped up on Notre Dame. Every time that Notre Dame's gotten into the Final Four, they've gotten whipped up on. But I guess the big surprise was not only Clemson losing, but losing big to Ohio State.
Justin Fields just played phenomenal after he got hit and went under the tent. Like they said, whatever they had under that tent, they need to bottle it. It seemed like some kind of magic potion.
Man, they put some Gojo juice in him, man. He went out there and go.
Because he came out after that tent and played lights out. So,
can I have some of that Gojo juice you gave me? Fields?
But Ohio State just came to play and just put a whipping on Clemson.
Yeah, they had a chip on their shoulder and they wanted to prove something, and they sure did. And I watched Clemson play 2 or 3 times this year, and I have just not been very impressed with their secondary. I've just seen people just bam, bam, bam down their field, and being able to move the ball on Clemson with the secondary. So it doesn't surprise me that Ohio State scored so many points.
Well, we said last week if Justin Fields plays well, they had a chance, and he didn't play well. He played phenomenal, and they had a great game and led this team to victory, and Ohio State's in the championship game. That's why the Big Ten changed the rule to get them in, because they knew they had a chance to get there. So now they'll take on Alabama, which should be a very good game.
Right, it should be a very good game, and I know that everybody's excited about it because you got another team in there besides Clemson playing against Alabama for the national championship, and Ohio State's going to be playing, and they're playing good. And the game will be 1 week from tonight. Is that correct?
A week from tonight, January the 11th.
And where are they playing?
In Miami at the Hard Rock Stadium.
Okay, all the way down to Miami. Okay, well, let's hope
stadium.
Let's hope the team, the players, the coaches, the support staff, and everyone else stay quarantined, and let's hope COVID does not affect it in any type of way.
That's what you got to hope. You got to hope nobody, because NFL teams are having that. Saints are kind of at a disadvantage with Alvin Kamara, their best running back, not going to be able to play due to COVID. So several teams are having that issue heading into the NFL playoff picture. Like I said, you just don't know who's going to get it, when they're going to get it.
You don't know. It's like injuries, you just don't know who's going to pop up. With injuries, you just can't help it. With COVID, you can help it some. I mean, you can still do all the precautions and still it, but everybody in the organization needs to do the social distancing. They need to have the mask on. They need to be in the bubble as much as they possibly can. Do everything they can because they worked all their life to get to this point. And you'd hate to think that someone went out there and did something stupid and brought the virus back into the locker room.
Heisman Trophy announcement tomorrow night. Most likely going to Devontae Smith, their wide receiver for Alabama, had a phenomenal game in that playoff game as well. So should be fun tomorrow night. First time a receiver gets it since '91 when Desmond Howard won it.
Buffalo is just putting up all kinds of points. The Bills.
Yeah, they look good.
People say you don't want to play Buffalo or Baltimore in the playoffs. So those two teams are extremely hot right now.
Got to play somebody. They got to play 3 games Saturday, 3 games Sunday. Should be fun.
And what a feel-good story for the Washington football team. They've just had all kinds of just problems, with the quarterback and the coach and so many things there, and to come up and win their division. I mean, it's just amazing that the NFL played all these games. And it came down to the last night and the last game in order to decide who's going to get that last slot in the playoffs.
Philadelphia just tanked it. What are they doing?
They tanked, Bob. They tanked.
They just gave it away. They pulled Jalen Hurts, put in some rookie quarterback.
That's like I said before, sometimes coaches just outcoach themselves.
They just gave it away. So if you're a New York Giant fan, you got to be upset with that. But again, you're only 4-6-10 or whatever. They're not going far anyway. So it doesn't matter. But
Green Bay looked hot yesterday. I mean, they just looked. They looked on fire.
Aaron Rodgers taking the MVP. There's no doubt about that. He's the best quarterback.
And New Orleans, even though they didn't play everybody, they won big.
I still got the Saints, and I'm not sticking with my pick. Saints and Steelers.
Saints and Steelers.
That's my pick.
You don't think it's going to be Green Bay and Kansas City?
No, I got the Saints and Steelers.
All right, Saints and Steelers. I'm going with Green Bay and Kansas City.
Saints and Steelers.
You really can't tell. I don't know right now because, you got teams that are really hot. It was one thing they were talking about yesterday on Fox NFL with Howie Long and Terry Bradshaw on the gang. It's who's hot right now. And there's some teams that, they don't have the 11 wins or the 12 wins or whatever, but they're hot right now.
It still comes down to the same thing. Who doesn't turn it over, who makes the least mistakes, things like that.
Yeah.
You can't turn the ball over and win. That's the difference in the Pittsburgh-Cleveland game. They had the one turnover, and that was the difference in the game. So.
Yeah. And like all us Dog fans feel good and relieved winning that ball game with a 53-yard field goal with time expiring.
Relief was the most.
Relief.
Georgia didn't look like they were ready to play at all in that game.
I was real worried going to that game. I was thinking, we got 4 players, something like that.
8 or 9.
8 or 9 players who did not play that did not play not because of COVID, but because they didn't want to hurt themselves to go to the NFL draft. So when you've got about 8 players that are your top players who are seniors and who are saying, I'm not going to play because I'm going to be drafted in the NFL, that's a hard to overcome.
There's got to be some kind of punishment on this opting out. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's their decision.
Hats off to Texas A&M. Jimbo got all his players to come. They've all played. They didn't have anybody opt out in that game. They blew out North Carolina. And it's not opting out, it's quitting. You're quitting on your teammates, quitting on your school. Yeah. There's got to be some type of punishment and let's just do away with the bowl games. Because the bowl games just don't matter.
They don't mean anything with the playoffs.
Just do away. It's all about money, though. So you should have your full team ready to play. I mean, you signed a scholarship. You sign up to play. The bowl games included. You shouldn't be able to opt out.
Well, they're not being paid, so.
I don't think. There's got to be some type of punishment for it.
Well,
or just do away with the bowl games if not going to show up.
They're not going to do without the bowl games, Bob.
Well, just saying.
Just not going to do it. Bowl games will be there.
I'm not for opting out. I don't like
Every team's going to have to overcome the adversity when it comes to it and try to keep their guys to play. If they don't, then they don't.
You're getting hit by a bus walking out of your apartment.
It's not like you're paying money to go watch the game.
It's a football game play, so I'm not for this opting out stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's good either, but it's this student athlete's decision, and it's not like you're paying money and you're going in to watch the game.
I'm dead set against it.
Well, Georgia won. Most of the SEC teams won the bowl games, didn't they?
Kentucky won. Auburn got blown out.
Yeah, Auburn got blown out. A&M won. We won. Florida got beat.
Alabama won. Florida
Alabama got one. Yeah.
Ole Miss won.
Yep.
Mississippi State won. That was the crazy game.
Oh, was it, man? Jeez, the end of that game was it was a street fight. Actually, a field fight, but
I'm waiting to see what kind of punishments inflicted on those two teams. That was embarrassing.
That was something else.
It got ugly.
And it's a bowl game. You're not supposed to get ugly to bowl game. You're supposed to go out there and have fun.
I don't know what's going to happen to the guy that stomped on the guy and just ran away. You see that?
No, I didn't see that. No. All right, what's coming up now for Wayne County High School sports?
All the winter sports are in full swing. Like I said, the basketball team played Saturday against Glen Academy, lost some tough games. Girls lost in overtime, boys lost by 4. They go on the road this weekend, though. The region schedule starts Friday in Douglas.
Okay.
So don't come back here to the following weekend. So
be a little while before we play here at Benny Ratliff Arena.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Bob, anything else on your mind this morning? Any meetings you going to this week?
Got county commission meeting tonight.
County commission tonight.
We got elected new chair and vice chair.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
I'll bid on a 3-2 vote.
Take it to the bank. Put it down in Vegas. On that note, we're ending the Butch and Bob Show for this morning. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by First Southern Bank, Local Boys Construction, Murphy Builder Supply, and Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.